Forbes has just released their 2025 list of the most important women in sports. Guess who's sitting pretty at number 4? Caitlin Clark is also the highest-ranked athlete on the list. Not just any superstar is making waves, but the lady who turned a season worth $8.1 million toward a complete redefining of what female athletes can earn. But this is what's really weird. A'ja Wilson, who was given the number 15 place, has had a completely out-of-control response. We're talking about a pattern of jealousy that began with Clark's Nike deal and has now reached a fever pitch. The numbers do not lie, nor do Wilson's public meltdowns. Before we break it down, let me ask you why you believe why is Wilson so jealous of Caitlin Clark? Please let me know in the comments below. Let us talk about money. The average WNBA rookie gets around $60,000 in their first year. Caitlin Clark left with $8, $1 million. That is not a mistake. These stats cause seasoned players to reconsider all they thought they knew about earning prospects in women's basketball. Heard what NBA pay paled in comparison to what happened off the court. The league minimum for rookies is nearly $64,000. Clark's base wage was not significantly better. But here's when things get crazy. While other first-year players were calculating food budgets and splitting rent, Clark was sitting in boardrooms negotiating deals worth more than the whole team value. The Nike contract set the tone for everything that followed. 8 years and $28 million assured. Clark entered area that no other WNBA star had previously visited. Most of the league's veterans had never seen an endorsement deal worth even a fraction of that amount. Clark amassed generational wealth before her first professional season ever started. But Nike was only the beginning. Gatorade came calling next. Clark and company were now saved for the ultimate elite as a result of this alliance. We're talking the same brand association as LeBron James and Serena Williams. No WNBA athlete had ever gotten that kind of corporate recognition. Gatorade does not simply give out partnerships to anyone. They invest in athletes who can promote goods and change cultures. Wilson Sporting Goods offered another layer to Clark's expanding enterprise. Not just any endorsement contract, but one that made her the face of basketballs and equipment at different sports outlets. It was the first support they got since Michael Jordan. Every time someone enters into a sporting goods shop and sees Clark's visage on basketball displays, money flows straight into her account. Speaking engagements became an additional income stream that left other players speechless. Clark began charging appearance fees at business events and conferences that were higher than what some WNBA players made in full seasons. Companies were not only paying for her basketball skills, they were banking on her skills to gather audiences and build publicity for their events. The television numbers show the true tale of Clark's earning potential. Clark's games got 400% more viewers than regular WNBA broadcasts. Networks began bidding against each other for the rights to show extra games. Advertisers lined up to buy ad time during Clark's shows. Revenue streams that had never existed in women's basketball before became major profit centers. Stadium attendance followed a similar trend. Cities having fewer games saw ticket sales skyrocket, surpassing previous records. Merchandise sales grew everywhere Clark played. Local shops around arenas reported higher foot traffic on game days. Clark was not only playing basketball. She was boosting economic activity across large metropolitan areas. Her social media presence resulted in business value that marketers could not ignore. Millions of followers interacted with each post, resulting in ad reach that traditional sports marketing rarely gets. Companies noticed Clark's potential to reach audiences who had previously shown no interest in women's basketball. The Forbes rating as the top basketball earner made the financial disparity obvious. Clark has $8. Sabrina Ionu, the next closest player, earned $6, compared to $1 million. $3 million. That difference reflects the premium brands were ready to pay for Clark's unique blend of expertise and marketability. Corporate America understood what basketball fans already knew. Clark held something unique that couldn't be taught or copied. Her potential exceeded that of any other player since she introduced new audiences to the sport while preserving the admiration of longtime fans. The financial success showed that female athletes could fetch high salaries when they provided the proper blend of performance and personality. Clark did not simply break pay records. She pushed the limits of commercial appeal and market value for female basketball players. Certain veterans saw these developments with mounting disdain, setting the groundwork for reactions that revealed the true nature of established people who felt their positions were under threat. Wilson's animosity did not develop quickly. This jealousy has been simmering for months, surfacing in social media posts and interviews that show her true feelings about Clark's meteoric rise. The pattern began early and has only become worse as Clark's star has gotten brighter. Wilson's composure was initially broken by the revelation of the Nike relationship. While Clark was celebrating her record contract, Wilson took to social media, asking why rookies were getting treatment that veterans had to earn over time. She never stated Clark's name, but the timing made her goal clear. Wilson began sharing old images of herself with Nike officials, reminding them that she had brand ties as well. Over the next few weeks, that covert effort became much more visible. Wilson shared daily posts regarding veteran achievements, newcomer expectations, and the need of paying dues. Each post felt like a direct rebuttal to Clark's coverage, which dominated sports news. Wilson's Instagram dailies become a constant criticism on media hype and unfair attention. Wilson's most desperate effort to retake the spotlight was the "I Have a Shoe Too" campaign. She began uploading images of her Nike signature shoe from different angles, tagging Nike in stories about veteran loyalty and long-term partnerships. Wilson even started uploading old content from her shoe launch events, which she had never done before Clark entered the picture. Time magazine's introduction of the Athlete of the Year pushed Wilson over the brink. Her congratulations post for Caitlin Clark was only one phrase long and carried no personal message or excitement. Compare that to Wilson's multi-paragraph celebrations after other players won awards. Wilson's social media history suggests that she usually goes all out to promote fellow athletes, so her chilly response to Clark stood out. Wilson's shoe problems exacerbated the situation. Her Nike signature model was not selling well, but Clark's support dominated sports business news. According to retail reports, Wilson's shoes were on shelves, while anything linked to Clark was quickly sold out. Wilson couldn't avoid drawing comparisons between her established, but stagnant brand presence and Clark's explosive market appeal. Speaking engagement jealousy became clear when Wilson began writing about her appearance expenses for the first time. She started uploading backstage images from business events and discussing speaking engagements in ways that seemed forced and unnatural. Wilson had made business agreements for years without sharing them on social media. However, Clark's high-profile speaking engagements led Wilson to publicize her bookings. Wilson's social media conduct moved to doubting Clark's true effects on the sport. She presented data on veteran scoring records, long-term WNBA viewership figures, and established player contributions that looked to be direct replies to Clark's coverage. Wilson began using the terms real impact and sustained excellence in ways that looked to diminish Clark's achievements. Her comments on media attention became more pointed as the season advanced. Wilson began making subtle references to hype versus content and the value of proving yourself over time. These weren't broad views about the league. Wilson's timing and word choices showed that she was responding to Clark's continuous success and expanding prominence. The trend shows Wilson's central concern with Clark's ascension. This isn't about basketball skills or team success. Wilson's jealousy stems from watching someone else become the face of women's basketball almost suddenly. She spent years developing her brand and established herself as a league staple, only to have Clark eclipse her importance in months. Wilson's actions shows a veteran player who is unable to share the spotlight with someone more talented and marketable. Her passive-aggressive social media projects, lukewarm public support, and pointed comments about hype reveal a player terrified by change and advancement in her sport. Wilson's jealousy exploded in public when Forbes announced its ranking. Months of subtle undermining and social media campaigns resulted in reactions that revealed her real feelings about Clark's success and influence. Forbes does not mess around when it comes to ranking the most important women in sports. Their methodology digs deep into real numbers that count. They track earnings, social media reach, endorsement value, and cultural effect in 5 key areas. Clark led every important measure, leaving the rivals struggling to stay up. The ranking methodology uses a weighted formula that prioritizes financial control and overall influence in the sports business. Forbes examined proprietary team valuations, company revenue figures, media mentions, and social media interaction data. Clark's numbers in each category showed A clear picture of dominance that could not be ignored or disputed by anyone paying attention. Clark placed 4th overall, making her the highest-ranked female athlete. She beat tennis legends who had been building their brands for decades. She exceeded Olympic champions with years of world fame. Clark achieved in 1 year what most athletes spend entire careers trying to achieve. Her social media presence surpassed that of established stars from a range of sports. Marketing executives started taking notice when Clark's engagement rates regularly outperformed athletes with much bigger followings. Raw follower numbers tell a story, but engagement rates show true influence. Clark's posts created conversations that converted directly into marketing value marketers could not find anyplace else. The cultural effect measurement showed something much more amazing about Clark's power. She brought whole new groups into women's basketball. Families who had never seen WNBA games become regular viewers. Young girls started playing basketball because they wanted to be like Clark. Corporate leaders who had previously overlooked women's sports now saw profit opportunities they had never seen before. Forbes emphasized Clark's ability to create revenue beyond her personal profits. Ticket sales at venues holding Fever games increased dramatically. Cities noticed increased visitors and local business revenue on game days. Broadcast networks bid against each other for rights to show Clark's games. She sparked economic activity that resonated through entire towns wherever she played. Her crossover appeal into golf and other sports showed impact that surpassed basketball totally. Clark competed in Pro-Am golf competitions that gained widespread media attention. Her presence at different athletic events were covered by sports networks. Wilson has never gotten multi-sport recognition, despite years of efforts to broaden her brand's reach. Clark distinguished himself from regular single-sport athletes by his varied endorsement portfolio. Brands saw her as more than a basketball player. Nike, Gatorade, and Wilson approached Clark in different ways, recognizing her ability to reach groups beyond conventional basketball fans. Her partnerships exemplified marketing methods often reserved for global superstars participating in several sports or entertainment industries. Clark guessed $8, a $1 million annual wage, suggested a shift in how female athletes are treated professionally. Forbes mentioned this financial accomplishment as proof of her expanding prominence and marketability. The figure represented more than simply personal incomes. Clark's income exemplified what is achievable when skill meets the proper marketing strategy and cultural timing. The ranking reinforced Clark's status as the most potent force in women's sports. Barely 12 months after going professional, her ranking above countless other nationally known athletes who had been building their careers for years showed the unusual nature of her meteoric surge to fame. Forbes largely confirmed what basketball fans already knew about Clark's impact on the gaming culture. The title came after she was named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year and the Associated Press Female Athlete of the Year, establishing a pattern of mainstream acclaim that no WNBA player had before earned. Clark's presence positioned her as a culture and commercial force who reshaped expectations of women's sports. In 2024, she will be 26.5% of the WNBA's total economic activity, while signing endorsement deals that showed her expanding importance in the sports business sector. Wilson's response to Forbes naming Clark the most powerful female athlete shows everything about her personality and the destructive attitude she brings to the league. Clark's Forbes recognition shows that raw brilliance combined with genuine personality creates irreversible momentum. Wilson's jealous outbursts show what happens when established players perceive their standing slipping away. The numbers are clear about who drives income and cultural impact in women's basketball. The 2026 season offers everything Fever fans had been hoping for. They're witnessing the start of a dynasty focused on a player who transcends sports totally. Clark's influence stretches far beyond the basketball court into boardrooms and living rooms across America. Wilson can continue to post passive-aggressive social media stuff and have public tantrums about attention she thinks she deserves. Clark's effect has already altered what female athletes can do financially and culturally. Why do you think Wilson is so jealous of Caitlyn? Please let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on all alerts so you never miss anything. Please click the movie on the screen and we will see you in the next one.